And I'm sure Bellinger and Milton are going to go like they had. It's interesting. I would have tried maybe to reverse and make Milton finish or something, although the way Milton's 8 for 10, you can't do that either. So, I mean, kind of caught between the devil and the deep blue sea here.
10 titles for this gentleman, $514,000 career earnings. He is tough. We saw him in Denver.
And he nudges that 7-pin out, as Billy Whalen used to say, the tender touch.
A tender touch is true. That's a nice start for left-handed shooting Mike-Aulby. This is Tom-Milton.
And Milton has just been impenetrable. Just throwing every ball. He's left a 10-pin and a solid 7. The rest are strikes.
Difference is $6,000 per man. 25 for first.
And everybody here is
second.
eligible for the Tournament of Champions at Jeff-Bellinger. So it is more important to him, and he's going to be the one finishing in the 10th frame. But we've seen him come through 2 games in a row. Milton back in the pocket.
Oh, is he tough? Oh, Tom-Milton.
Even he ran out a little bit that time, boy.
He's getting excited.
Yes, they are.
Jeff-Bellinger. What about Jeff-Bellinger? He closed him out in the 10th. He had the 2 strikes because there was nothing wrong with David White and Dennis Jick's effort.
And he came up to me in between. He said, well, he says, can you say hello to my wife, Phyllis, and my daughter, Kimberly? And I said, well, Jeff.
All you gotta do is
I said, Jeff, if you win this game, you can say hello to him yourself. But we'll say hello to him just
no,
to
let's put the pressure on him. Oh, okay. Maybe we will. Hello, Phyllis. Hello, Kimberly.
Giant double here.
Columbia, South Carolina.
Falls off balance a little bit. It's high. Brooklyn gets away with it. He says, all right, right now.
I like it when he gets excited. 1982, he made the TV finals 4 times. All right, let's take a look at the crossover of the Brooklyn.
He right shoulder, he falls off balance to the right. The ball's left to target, goes on the Brooklyn side. A solid, what is break there? He almost lifted 10-pin.
All right, here is one of the biggest crankers on the tour, if not the biggest. Steve Cook.
Thing to watch with Steve Cook. How he cups that ball at the peak of his backswing. When that ball gets up the top of that backswing, his wrist is just wrapped around. It's unbelievable to me how these guys can do things like that. Trying for a double. Has it.
6'7", 240 pounds, Steve Cook.
He's got to be careful with those high fives. He doesn't knock Mike right over, you know.
Steve Cook was a power-hitting first baseman in high school. Pretty good little school there, too. Randy Lersch, time in the bigs, a teammate. Steve owes it all to Louis Fernandez, the coach who got him out of a slump, and apparently he was really hurting mentally. And Louis Fernandez was able to work with his release, with his approach. Now he feels as good about the game.
I'll be trying for 3.
Oh.
6-pin. Boy, that ball just snapped hard at the end. You see, Aulby doesn't quite throw the speed that Cook does, you know. Cook has, of course, he's a much bigger man.
Aulby 145 and Cook is 240.
Although, you know, Berardi was on the show earlier, so it was as hard as anybody at those spares, and he's not big by any stretch.
It's really timing and release. We saw young Jim Harvey last week up in Dublin, and he just has such a quick approach and release. I think we'll hear more of him. He looked very good to me last week.
He looked very good on the show. Cross lane at the 6-pin. No mistakes here now, fellas. Has it easily.
Picks it up. He's had a tough time with the 7-pin, hasn't he?
Both of them. Yeah, both of them have.
Tough for a lefty. All right, Tom-Milton. His team working on a double. Tom-Milton has earned $20,000 this year. Last year he earned $29,000. Much better year from his year with 83. Beat Earl Anthony. That's not easy.
Double in the 10th to do it, too. Trying to take the lead here. They're up by 1. Can increase it to 11.
Coming in. Yep.
Oh, solid 8. I don't believe it. They get the break with the Brooklyn in the 2nd frame, and it comes right back with a solid 8 in the 3rd. And the bowlers, pet little phrase when it comes out, they say, well, who didn't know that, right? Now,
how did this pin stay up? Look at the hit here, Mike.
And the ball is just holding pocket all the way. It didn't go out and finish. It's just holding here, and it chops the 5 straight back off the 8. Just a shock when that pin stands like it does. And it's said that it's the only true tap in bowling. I personally have never believed that, but
very important to concentrate now and stay clean.
Make that spare righter. He has it, no problem.
So Tom-Milton keeps his team clean.
match is even.
Fourth frame action.
I know Bellinger has to guard against there being a letdown after the bad break and some kind of split or something popping up here. He needs to get him right back on track with a strike.
Jeff has earned $153,000 in his 6-year career. Little high.
See, just exactly what I was thinking. The 3-9-10 is just a slight letdown in concentration after a bad break like that, and this is the result.
The 3-9-10, is it possible to pick it up?
Yes, it is. He'll move left. He'll try and hit the 3-pin on the right, and the ball has to drive through and split the 9-10. With a strong ball like he has, it's a definite possibility.
And he will move over to his left.
Move to his left a little bit more, and he's asking for Harry Golden. Well, evidently, maybe the machine set the pins down off spot.
And you heard him, 3 pins off to the right. Now, what does Harry have to decide here?
Harry has to decide, first of all, whether he's right. Sometimes the machine will pick the spare up. There's scissors back there that hold it, and when it sets it back down, it's not quite on the spots. There's some spots back there that the ABC puts in there for each pin to go on. So what he'll have to have done right now is the mechanic from the back will have to pick that 3-pin up by hand and put it right on the spot. And Jeff has the right to ask for this to be done, even in the middle of a match like this. And it takes sometimes a lot of nerve, a lot of guts, a lot of moxie to just hold up play like this. You know, sometimes if you're a little timid or reserved, you can say, well, I'll go ahead and shoot it. But no, he's saying, hey, put it right on spot and give me my best shot at it.
Well, at stake for him and his partner is the difference between $25,000 and $13,000. And I like it that he had the courage to hang in there and not worry about what anybody thinks.
Absolutely, but more important, see, he's not eligible for the Firestone Tournament Champions, and that's what he wants. He's put that down as his goal.
3-9-10. Let's see if he can pick it up.
Too much 3-pin.
Yep.
Hooked up too flush, and they fall behind.
All right, so the first open of the match happens for Milton and Bellinger. Aulby and Cook are still clean. They lead it by 14. We'll be back. 25 years of age, strictly a bowler since 11.
Up by 14, trying to increase it to 24.
Oh, the
7-pin keeps Milton and Bellinger in the match. Right now, Bellinger is the key to this match.
Take a look as a guy who works so well with the junior leaguers leaves a 7.
Right over target. The ball comes in half pocket, and we watch the 4-pin, second from the left. Goes to the wall and tried to get out, just missed it. I mean, just that little difference there.
It's a tough spare for him.
They've missed
Mike.
a lot of 7-pins this week.
This is no gimme.
He's got it.
Yep. They stay clean.
Big thing. 14 pins, the difference right now.
Keep in mind that Bellinger had an open in the 4th. Let's see if Milton can give his team a lift. 5th frame action, down by 14 pins. $25,000 first prize, 13 for the runner-up.
Milton, who's 9 for 12 in this right lane. The only time he's failed, he had a 10, 7, and an 8. All of them solid. But he coughed right in the middle of his approach, but...
Oh, the 7.
4-pin.
4-pin, I beg your pardon. Well, you pick up everything. Somebody coughed and you... I guess you're...
Unfortunately, I got those rabbit ears and I hear things like that, so... 4-pin, relatively easy spare. Milton should have no trouble with it, but he's making sure that he's taking his time. Last week he missed the 4-7. Of course, he was shooting 2 pins of the split. He left the 4-7-6. Has the spare easily.
So he picks up the mark in the 5th.
As I said earlier, I think the key to this match right now is Jeff-Bellinger. He's been Brooklyn on this lane and right through the heart of the pins. He's got to make the adjustment to put the ball in the 1-3 pocket, and he's got to do it now. They're down by 14. If he can strike here, Milton is still just drilling that right lane. moved a little deeper. It's high
Oh,
again.
high.
310 and knocked out the 10-pin, lift the 3, and now he doesn't know what to do. See, he made an adjustment there, and it didn't work.
He did not like it. Leaves the 3. Look at his reaction, Mike.
He's happy that the split broke up. Now, what he should do is practice on this 3-pin, but he's not doing it. He's throwing the ball straight at it. I would practice, I think, on this. No, he just threw it straight out to cover the spare and just barely got it.
Very fortunate.
He didn't want to take the chance of